What's up, dude? Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be talking about Rachel Hollis and the controversy that really costed her a lot of influence. Let's get into it. Rachel Hollis moved to LA after high school, and she had a job at Miramax all lined up before she even moved, and that is where she met her soon-to-be husband, Dave Hollis. Now, Dave was working for Disney as the head of worldwide theatrical distribution, so he had a very cushy executive job. Together, the couple had 4 children, and they made their home in Texas. In March of 2015, Rachel shared a photo on Instagram that went viral. In the photo, she was displaying her stretch marks with a caption that read, "I wear a bikini because I'm proud of this body and every mark on it. Those marks prove that I was blessed enough to carry my babies around, and that flabby tummy means I worked hard to lose what weight I could." The post reached more than 10 million views, and that is really what skyrocketed Rachel into the influencer space. In 2018, she released her self-help book, Girl Wash Your Face. In the book, Rachel talks about real issues and the specific practical strategies that helped her move past them, according to the book's description on Instagram. Now, I'll admit, I remember when this book got really big, and I am not personally a self-help book girly. I know that some girls get a lot of inspiration from those, and I think that's honestly fantastic. If they help people, phenomenal. No hate to girls that read them. I think that there is a lot of benefits that can be had from self-help books. I'm just not one that really connects with them typically. I did try reading this book, and honestly, I don't think I read more than 2 chapters. It just felt like a lot of cliches, and honestly, it was a lot of just regurgitated advice from other self-help gurus, I think. I didn't really get much out of it, but I know that a lot of girls were huge fans of it. My sister absolutely loved the book, and I think that's fantastic, honestly. I do kind of wish that I would have been able to read more of it, because that would have unknowingly at the time prepped me for this video and the things that happened after the book's release. The book was published by a Christian imprint of HarperCollins called Thomas Nelson. A lot of Rachel's fan base were Christian mothers. It mainly resonated with women. I mean, it says girl wash your face, but like, let's be real, that could be aimed at genuinely anybody. But it was the, I think, stay-at-home mothers, Christian mothers, that it probably resonated with the most. It became a New York Times bestseller with nearly 1 million copies sold in only a year. Rachel had established a lifestyle company that was first named Chic Media, but it was rebranded to Hollis Company. Chic Media now on Instagram is a Nigerian company. It's Black owned, women owned, I believe. So you guys could go check it out. When I was trying to research Chic Media, that's what popped up. So I don't know if there's some conflict of interest there, or if Rachel genuinely just decided that she liked Hollis Co. as a name better. Dave was also able to leave his position at Disney in order to work for his wife's company along with her. Hollis Company hosted women's conferences called Rise to empower women, with Rachel as the keynote speaker. The brand also offered lifestyle products such as self-help journals, and eventually they would offer clothes, jewelry, and a daily live stream called Start Today that Rachel and Dave hosted. Their marriage really was at the forefront of this brand. They talked a lot about marriage and just relationships in general, I guess, but they really displayed their marriage as seemingly a perfect marriage and one that people should strive to have. In 2019, Rachel wrote and published another book called Girl Stop Apologizing, and it too became a New York Times bestseller. In 2019, it was reported that Hollis Company earned $20 million and went from having 10 employees to hiring 50 more. Rachel then went on to earn from $100,000 to $200,000 to speak at other events. However, even though Rachel had a positive and relatable persona in public, according to employees, she was very unapproachable in the office. She would walk around wearing sunglasses and wouldn't allow others to speak to her. She would talk about her wealth and success to her staff. They reported this to the Times. According to the staff, she started a meeting at the beginning of 2020 saying that I am so rich I could just retire to Hawaii and never work a day again. That's how wealthy I am. The employees said that she said this to relay that she does her work because she loves it. BuzzFeed found at least 6 instances of Rachel failing to attribute or falsely claiming she came up with a quote as of 2019. The quotes in question are quotes that she used in her Instagram captions. There was even one that she posted that I think it said like I will rise or I will stand or something like that. I can't think of it now, but it's a Maya Angelou quote, and she posted it not citing the, original author of that quote. And then she released a statement saying that even though it was her account, it's her company and her employees who post on it, and the graphic that went along with the quote were something that she had like no knowledge of. She didn't okay it, she never saw it, so she just basically blames the employees and her company. In 2020, Rachel and Dave announced that they were getting a divorce. Her statement read, "We are choosing joy. Even though, I'll be honest, the last month has been one of the most awful of our lives. I want to be strong and bold and optimistic for you now, but every ounce of my energy is reserved in being those things for my children." Later, Dave shared on Instagram that it was actually Rachel who had asked for the divorce. In 2020, she released another book titled Didn't See That Comin'. In the book, she addresses the divorce, and it is important to note that the announcement of the divorce only came a few months prior to the book being released, so she was probably already working on the book like well before they announced that they were actually getting divorced. So I don't know what kind of overlap there is with her writing the book and then her and Dave deciding to get divorced. I'm not totally sure, but it's just very important to note that. However, this book was also a New York Times bestseller. In late March, Rachel was doing a TikTok live where she talked about having a housekeeper, and then someone commented about how privileged and unrelatable she was. Rachel responded to the comment with a TikTok where she talked about her housekeeper as the woman who cleans the toilets. The TikTok has since been deleted, but basically she says, "You're right, but also I worked my ass off to have the money to have someone come twice a week and clean my toilets. What is it about me that made you think I want to be relatable?" Rachel said into the video while she was laughing. "No sis, literally everything I do in my life is to live a life that most people can't relate to. Every woman I admire in history was unrelatable." That's funny, because it's the women that related with her that bought her books. So anyways, in the caption of the video, she listed Oprah Winfrey and Harriet Tubman as women that she admired. I don't know, it just seems really out of touch. People in the comments were condemning Rachel for comparing her privilege to the struggles of Black women. She lost at least 200,000 Instagram followers. In April, Rachel posted her initial apology, but she didn't accept responsibility for her actions. "To believe that because I mentioned them, I am comparing myself to them is ludicrous," she says. She claimed that she didn't post an apology earlier because her team had advised her not to, even though her gut told her otherwise. So basically, she just wanted to shift the blame to her team. The apology was taken down after receiving backlash, and then a day later she posted her second apology on Instagram. "I know I've caused tremendous pain in mentioning prominent women, including several women of color, whose struggles and achievements I can't possibly understand. By talking about my own success, I diminish the struggles and hard work of many people who work tirelessly every day. I disregarded the people whose hard work doesn't afford them financial security, often due to inherently racist and biased systems. I did not allow a space for people to voice their anger, their hurt, and disappointment, which caused even more pain," she said. "I acknowledge my privilege and the advantage I have as a white woman, no matter how I grew up. There are many things I would like to say to reiterate just how sorry I am, but the important thing for me to do now, something I should have already done, is honestly be quiet and listen. I know I have disappointed so many people, myself included, and I take full accountability. I am so sorry." So honestly, this sounds like something her team came up with and wrote. I don't really think that this is something that Rachel came up with. I think the team was just looking for an apology that would make, the biggest amount of people happy and okay with the apology. I think. There was supposed to be a May Rise conference with speakers like a former NFL player and an online marketing educator, but they began dropping out after the controversy came out. So, in a statement, in an effort to genuinely grow and learn from experience, the content of this event too must change, the Hollis Company website reads under a drop down for why the event was postponed. And in order to show up authentically for you, it will take some time to get this right, which is why we are postponing the event until September. So I believe that is the September coming up here in 2023, but who knows, there's a chance that that might get postponed too. I'm not totally sure. But on February 11th, 2023, Dave Hollis unfortunately passed away at 47 years old. He had overdosed with lethal amounts of cocaine, fentanyl, and alcohol in his system, according to the autopsy report. He had a history of drug and alcohol abuse. Rachel claims that he was complaining about like heart pain in the days before his passing away. So she thought that it was likely he passed from a heart attack, but who knows, it could have been a heart attack induced by the overdose, I suppose. But right now she is pretty much just taking care of her children and helping with their grieving process, as well as overseeing her late husband or ex-husband's will and his estate. He did have a girlfriend at the time of passing, and she had released an Instagram post in his honor. I'm not gonna name her or put it up because I don't know how public she wants to be about it, so I'm just gonna stay quiet on that front. But yeah, that's the controversy with Rachel Hollis, and kind of what dethroned her from being the relatable self-help guru that she seemingly strived to be, was claiming that, oh no, I don't want to be relatable. I've worked very hard and I deserve all the wealth and all the money that I have gained. I'm very sorry that you guys don't have that, but I do, and therefore I'm better than you. That's kind of the vibe she was giving off. So that is my opinion. I would love to know if you guys read any of her books, if you were a fan of her, if you knew about this controversy, if it was this controversy that made you no longer be a fan of her. Comment down below. I'm very curious to see how everybody feels about Rachel. But that is it for me today. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any suggestions of people that you would like me to talk about, comment them down below. But other than that, I will be back tomorrow with another video. Bye guys.